Hi guys! Jake and Marisa back in for more live reactions to Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel. Super Samurai.
I don't feel good.
I know you don't feel good now. It's been a little while since Super Samurai.
I apologize in advance if I seem a little spacey. I have the brain fog.
But yes, this is live reactions to Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel.
Hi, Gamer Boy 6.
Hey.
And VA Games.
Yeah, we got two people.
They got here already.
Yep.
In the chat before we started.
I meant to actually get the link out, like 10 minutes in advance instead of like 30 seconds in advance. So that's progress. But yeah, people are coming in. So yeah, another week. Not too much new going on in the world of Power Rangers, apart from there have been bits of leaked footage going around of filming down in New Zealand for Beast Morphers, so that's pretty exciting. I've already seen Shoal Droid, so it's good to see him back again. Yeah, it's gonna be funny when we watch Beast Morphers, and I'm just gonna be thinking of everything in terms of grid defense names.
Street Fighter Power Rangers crossover?
Oh yeah. That was through Legacy Wars.
Oh.
The mobile game, the mobile fighting game.
Well, Jake has.
Yep. Yeah, I heard about that earlier in the year. I don't think anything new has happened with that. I know that a lot... Oh, hey Frankie. I know that a lot of new Legacy War characters have dropped in the last month or two since Power Morphicon. The most recent one being Jack from Hyperforce. So that's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah. He's got all his attacks from the actual RPG.
That's bulk, right?
Yeah.
Polly.
Polly. He's even got Polly's little pose of this that Polly does in the opening credits. So that's pretty fun.
That is pretty fun.
So Beast Morphers leaks. Oh wait, are you referring to... Okay, saying JDF just announced the date for the Power Rangers Street Fighter crossover. Oh, are you referring to is it, what, Bat in the Sun video? I want to say Bat in the Sun is working on that. I'm not sure.
Hi, Devious!
I have heard something going on with that. I forgot about that. But yes, hello to Devious, hello to ZJZR, and hello to Gamer Boy and VA Games, and whoever is our fifth person in who hasn't said hello yet.
We can see how many. Oh, there's six now.
People. Yeah.
You can see how many, but we can't see who until you say something in the live chat.
Yeah, we always like to make sure to just kind of use these first 5 minutes.
Hey, it's Mr. Allman!
AI Man.
I said that before and you corrected me to Allman.
Wait, is it Alman maybe? No, I thought it was AI Man. Now I've baffled myself.
Dude, how do you say your name?
Hi, Bright. So let's see, we've got about another. As far as Power Reviews news, it is Owlman. I'm sorry, Owlman. I got myself confused. We've gone back and forth on it so many times we started forgetting how things work.
I didn't forget.
Yes, Owlman. Sorry, you're right. I've corrected you on that so many times, and then I just corrected myself in the wrong direction.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I'm just used to correcting you on it at this point. It doesn't matter what you say.
It's like, hey, I finally remembered. Don't say I forgot. I finally remembered. It has been a while, yeah.
But yeah, as far as Power Reviews news, I have been doing quite a bit of editing this week, including going through some footage that is going to be interesting to integrate into the next episode. You will understand once you see the next episode what I mean by interesting to integrate. But yeah, I was doing I was going to be doing a little bit of filming today, but I was having some issues with the mic, so I'm probably going to be doing some filming after this, getting in some green screen goodness, which is going to be exciting. There's the next episode is going to be another major one. as people who saw our last episode can kind of put together. It's going to be intense. We're going to have some cool reveals. It's going to be good times. I still need to shoot some more Phantom footage, because we're getting tons of Phantom now. At this point, Phantom Ranger appears pretty semi-regularly within the show, as opposed to before I was only morphing like once every 10 episodes.
But at least you have the helmet now.
Now I have the helmet, so I can integrate it more. And
because
the only thing
it used to be we have to ration the data the
Phantom footage because of
how much post it needed.
Yeah. Now it looks better too, and it's just going to be much nicer. Now the only thing keeping me from doing it more quickly is it's just it's just awkward to put on. That's pretty much the main thing, and having a helmet on, etc.
Yeah, there's that.
Hey Dan. All right, so I'd say we got about 10 people in. I'm sure more people will filter in as we go along, but I think now is a good time to kick off episode 16 of Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel. Car Trouble. Play. Car Trouble.
I only know that because it's in the
Earth's
title
greatest
of
ninja.
this stream.
Yes. Oh, somebody got in just as we were saying the episode name. Oh. Galvanax was defeated with 2 extra Rangers who we won't ever mention. Here we go. They are Power Rangers. Super Ninja
Steel.
Oh. Straight to the monster.
Why not? We're a big fan of what
Okay, so he
and media rays.
Yeah. He's just draining that car's battery for some reason. So he seems to be a lot like Electropede. Voltipede, not to be confused with Electropede from Time Force. Voltipede.
I wonder if they're related.
You're only at 50%, Victor. What? Only 50?
Don't walk into that. That looks like that's bad for you. That looks very bad for you.
That was the last of the energy on this street. I've got to find some more.
Did they take his energy?
I think so.
Victor, that must...
I know how that feels!
Yeah.
No, he has 1,000%.
1,000%. I'd say 1,000,000. I feel fantastic.
That's the opposite of how I feel.
That's not.
You're supercharged.
That's not a good thing.
Even the Rangers.
What? Are you Electro now? Did they just turn Vincent into Electro?
From Spider-Man.
That was our cold open. Vincent's Electro now. Ding, 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 ding. Go! Power Rangers, Ninja Steel. Even with all our might together, Ninja Steel.
Never
Give up without a fight together, Ninja Steel. Power Rangers, fear no danger. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go!
Standing
Up for what is right together, Ninja Spin. All day and night together, Ninja Steel. Power Rangers, fear no danger. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, Ninja Steel. Go, Power Rangers, Ninja Steel. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, Ninja Steel.
Okay, I'm a little off.
It's okay.
I'm half asleep.
Okay, so this woman's car is dead.
But he's a mechanic, so he'll fix it.
Well, I have a little...
What a friendly fellow.
I could take a quick look.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
He's gonna help her out with the car. Is Haley gonna get jealous of this
So,
random?
it looks like you're starting water strike. You've got a dead battery, and your main fuses are blown.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I'm Joe. Joe's towing.
Oh, okay.
Sure. I'm Kelvin, summer co-pilot.
You're still in high school.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. The way you figured out the problem with this engine, heck. I thought you were a professional mechanic.
Really?
Well,
I
that's
mean,
what I want to be.
he does do a lot of mechanic stuff. There's,
Well, you know, you could be working for me tomorrow.
he could be.
Oh, wait, are you offering me a job?
Yes, sir.
Hey,
That was nice.
Fix my car or what?
I was gonna say, with his skills,
Yeah.
he could work. I mean,
Good for him.
he's not a licensed mechanic, so he would have to be on as like an apprentice or whatever, but
Yeah.
he's in high
So
school.
excited. Good for him.
Offered me a job.
Let me guess, he's gonna, actually, that's probably what it's gonna be.
Yeah,
He's gonna be an apprentice,
Yeah.
and he's gonna be all like, but I wanted to fix cars
We'll see what's
when the
happening.
guy's making him sweep the shop floor, because that is how you do your deeds.
What about school?
Oh.
I'm
Oh.
done. I'm quitting.
What? No. No.
Whoa,
Wait,
whoa,
what?
whoa,
No.
whoa, whoa, no! After school job, cool! Instead of school job, not cool!
It's my dream
No.
to be a pro mechanic. And
Yeah.
here's my chance.
No. No.
Besides,
Wait.
you
No.
know that I'm not great at school. It's kind of tough for me. Just
Okay.
because school's tough doesn't mean you should give up.
That!
I mean, no pain, no gain.
Yeah.
Sorry, but being a mechanic is my passion. And Joe says that I know enough and I'm ready.
This is weird.
Thanks.
Are you sure about this?
That's.
Yes, guys, I'm sure.
This
This is worrisome.
Support me?
very worrisome.
Shoot.
I mean,
This
I have to go
is
get Joe.
not good.
He says the phone's been ringing off the hook with broken down cars.
this
I'll see you guys later.
this is a mindset that I know.
Finish high school.
Yeah.
If you don't want to go to college because you want to go into a trade, then do that. Skip college for trade school. Learn a trade. That's
like,
great.
I'm
But
curious
finish high school.
I'm curious to see where they go with this. Because it's very obviously finishing high school is the idea of what he needs to do.
Absolutely.
Can I help you, ma'am?
I think my battery's dead.
Take a look.
Because
Okay.
there's nothing we can't fix.
Yeah.
Which car's yours?
Calvin's super excited about all this. Good for him.
Boy, you're in a good mood today.
Well, yeah, I'm finally a real mechanic.
Come on.
I mean,
He's adorable.
I like that he's excited for it. I like that he's having a good time.
Oh no, it's also taking priority over Ranger stuff.
Today was
Yeah.
non-stop.
This is not good.
But you do mechanic.
I find
You know what? That's a good
Today
girlfriend.
was
She
busy,
is
but
being
it was
very
so
supportive.
great. But the weird thing is, most of the cars we fixed today.
How have they not picked up that there's a monster?
Their electrical systems are totally fried.
Is that a common problem for Earth cars?
Wait.
Not really. No.
Okay, Mick, you've been teaching a mechanics class this whole time. You should know about
What
that.
it is. I just wonder what's causing it.
I was gonna say
I'm sure
there's
Joe will know. I can ask
there's
him
a
tomorrow.
gang. No, it's not a
But,
gangler. Golly,
There's some ninja training.
Yeah,
what
it's just
show
a
are we
monster.
even watching?
It's just a monster. How have they not
Well,
detected
we're
multiple
like
yet?
really glad that you get to watch the live stream with us too,
Yeah.
Mr. Alman
Another electrical fault.
and Devious and like having you guys here in
How
the
have they
chat.
not detected any of the bus
There's a
cams?
simple explanation.
We saw a bus
I'm a
cam.
little curious about
This-
why all these cars have the same
This,
issue.
sorry, this is
you
where I
wanna
can
figure it
chat
out?
on my computer. Is so cool.
A car mechanic's job is to fix cars. As long as I'm doing that, I'm happy as a clam. Can I help you with this or what?
Oh boy.
What's he doing?
He's draining the car.
Ninja
There we go.
Wait a minute, is this going to turn out to be my true calling as being a Power Ranger, not a mechanic, instead of I should finish high school? Because it better not be.
Possibly. We'll see.
Danger Things.
Okay, that's cute. Good on you for that pun, Harvey Danger. Like, I don't watch this show, but I
We do
will
watch
admit,
Stranger Things,
Yeah.
and it's the bomb.
it's a good show. And Baker Montgomery.
I
from
got
Power
it,
Rangers.
Devious, before you even corrected yourself. Totally a simple explanation for this.
Yeah.
237.
I am curious to see.
I'm sorry, they're tired after going up 5 flights of stairs?
I guess so. They're not very good superheroes.
I mean, I'm tired after going up 5 flights of stairs.
You're
but
tired
A,
after like 2 flights.
I was going to say, I am not a superhero,
Yeah.
and B, I have a fatigue disorder. Why are superheroes tired after going up that
Yeah, I know.
That reminds me of Pop.
Mr. Owlman just saw the last episode of Gravity Falls.
Wait, they even turned inside out.
Don't tell Marissa anything about season 2 of Gravity Falls. I've been slowly introducing her to the show.
Also,
I've only shown her the first half of the first season. Cute.
No, not these. The thing before this.
The thing before?
The Pimmy Pom.
Yeah.
They're popples.
Yeah. They're like pom popples or something. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Owlman. But yeah, Gravity Falls is a great show. Gravity Falls is the #1 like kid show I would hold up as what Power Rangers should be aspiring to be like, because there are so many similarities in the format. Gravity
Like a
Falls,
monster of the week?
Gravity Falls basically has a monster of the week. It's alternates between standalone plots that are integrated into a seasonal arc that is further integrated into an arc across the whole show, and it's divided up into 2 20-episode seasons. Like, Gravity Falls, in so many ways, it should really be like a major model for Power Rangers to look at in terms of how to structure a 2-season show with 20 episodes each. One thing I was actually thinking about and noticing about the double seasons that we have for Power Rangers.
Yeah.
We've never really ended one of the 2 seasons on like a big game changer reveal. It's always been like we've had the occasional game changer, like, you know, Kendall becoming a Power Ranger, or a minor reveal that doesn't affect anything, like Dane being alive at the end of Ninja Steel, and we'll get, you know, the teaser of the new villains arriving, and that's about it. But nothing that's like an actual, like, you know, mysterious reveal, like something we've been wondering about suddenly being, you know, explained at the end of the season, and opening up new possibilities for stories for the next.
That's true.
Which is something that a lot of shows do in their season
And Dipper
finales.
and Mabel are awesome.
And yes, Dipper and Mabel are awesome. Alright, Calvin versus Voltipede.
Whoa!
And now he knows what he's been doing with the electricity.
It was you who drained the electricity from those car batteries.
Yes, it was him who drained the electricity from the car batteries. You saw him doing that just now.
Look, he's got to say it, in case anybody who was watching didn't get it yet.
I need help. What is it? Mako's right. There is a pattern. A monster's sucking power out of car batteries, and it's making him super strong. Okay, we'll be there as fast as we can. Bring some firepower. This guy's really strong.
I really want to know why Nick didn't detect Voltipede at any point.
Good question. He's
Like,
got, like, detectors.
We saw buzz cams flying around him.
It's still really close.
Voltipede?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like the combination centipede with like extension cord kind of look that he has. What? Why? What? That is overkill. Wow. You are not going by the no escalation rule, are you?
Apparently not.
You just bring in the Fire Fortress. That's crazy. What?
That is.
Whoa!
As far as I understand, against the Power Rangers rules.
What?
It's gonna crash.
Wow, that escalated quickly. He fried the Lion Fire Fortress sword?
I destroyed your ship, and now I'll destroy you.
Wow.
Double wow.
Let's crush this bug.
Okay, apparently, he got a lot of power from those car batteries. Like, it didn't give him any defensive power, but definitely got a lot of power out of that. I just realized that monster had a plug in an awkward place.
We're in trouble.
That seemed
I'm
weird.
getting readings on some strange electrical activity originating here at the high school, but I can't quite pinpoint the cause.
Voltage could be stealing electricity.
Maybe his voltage powers are like
What about the line
interfering with the detectors.
We might be able to take him out, but it crashed.
I would like
How do we get it running
if
again?
they could
Check out the school. I'll see if I can fix the line.
if they could address that.
No, wait,
That'd be cool.
Nick, how about if I fix it? I am a pro after all.
Okay.
The Lion Fire Swords engines are a little more complex than you're used to. Come on, at least give me a shot.
Why don't you do it together?
Yeah, work together.
Okay, Calvin.
Not a good lesson.
Calvin will fix the
Not a
lines
good
or
lesson.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
We're totally off center up here.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay,
That's
Calvin.
why
Show 'em what you got.
Yeah, but I'll be out of the picture down here. We're centered down here.
Sorry about that. Interesting. So let's see what happens here. Hey, we get to see the inside of this Zord.
That is kind of shiny.
We haven't seen the inside of a Zord in a long time.
Never seen anything like this.
So Calvin's feeling it over his head.
As well he
I
should.
was wrong. I'm looking at the Lion Fire engine systems and honestly,
I don't know what I'm looking at, do you?
And Mick is there with him.
what was that? Mick?
Do it together!
I was just passing by now. I
Really,
have
Mick?
no idea.
I was
how to
just
fix
passing
this.
by, he says.
I thought I could figure this out on my own, but I was so wrong. Lucky I brought my tools then.
Okay. Yeah, Mick is a master mechanic.
We'll use the ionic decompressor to realign
Okay.
the crystal matrix.
This is weird.
But
But
he's
okay.
still
To work on spaceships.
talking. It's what he does.
I focused on school until I graduated.
What? No, you don't.
Right.
You know what?
So,
He still put he put the message in there. It's weird how he put the message in there, but at least we got the ASAP.
Cool.
Finish high school.
yeah. Come on, let's get to the base. You got it.
Few people realize this, but on the back of your diploma, there's actually schematics for repairing a spaceship.
Well,
What?
I'm gonna
Wait,
guess.
what is happening?
My name is Agent 00 Sven.
00 Sven. What?
Not 7.
Sven.
Who are you and what?
Oh.
If you really have electro abilities, then your country needs you.
What is happening?
Mission, the top secretest.
What
We're
is
talking so secret that you won't even know what you're doing.
He's perfect for Victor.
That is perfect for Victor.
But first, I need to know that you really possess limitless electricity.
Okay, this is weird, but okay.
No need to plug in.
This is weird. This show has gotten this is a weird show. I mean I'm just kind of rolling with it at this point, but this is a weird what? No, what?
I mean, yeah, it's a weird show.
I was talking about how weird it was, and then it got weirder. How did
Dun dun dun.
He's
gotta get his butt dissected.
how did the floor buffer climb up a wall? Why? What did it do? Did it tear out a piece of wall?
He gonna get that.
Oh wow, he finally thought to maybe go to the power station. I don't know why he didn't do that earlier. It seems like that would have been way more efficient than draining individual cars, but
He gonna get himself dissected.
yeah. Hey Dyreno, welcome.
His face, that plug. Oh!
Yeah, that was not the plug I was talking about.
Get ready to keep it
That was not the plug I was talking about. I don't know if you can notice that plug yet.
Let's go out and get scared.
It has a plug in a weird place. The monster has a plug in a weird place.
Oh, that plug.
This quick Nick bit is brought to you by Baby Bell. With Baby Bell, snack time is
This
Would that make it the female of the species?
no, not that kind of plug. Not an outlet, a plug.
Oh, well then it is the male.
Yes.
Hi, Darren.
Hey.
Moms love that Atlanta Frost
Yeah,
place meets heaven.
no
I'm just like,
guards.
I'm trying to decide how appropriate that lesson is, because I'm like, okay, yeah, fair, but also he's an alien, and you're not going to learn how to fix a spaceship in school.
No, but remember what they say about school. It's not just about teaching kids.
Yeah.
It's about teaching kids how to learn.
Yes, which is important.
So
It's
maybe
just that-
he still needs to learn how to learn a little more.
I'll see how they handle the wrap up, but that's still just kind of an
Yes.
that's kind of an odd way. But apparently, he went to school and he worked really hard until he graduated. So good on you, Mick. Good on you. It's a weird way to convey the lesson, but I'll roll with it. I'll roll with it.
I saw the commercials on TV and I largely ignored them. I didn't know what ABC Mouse
At the
was.
very least, this episode has been
ABC Mouse just kept coming
less
up again.
awkward about it, about some things than previous episodes. So I'm willing to roll with it.
Transformation from a kid who didn't know how to do anything academic to now she knows her ABCs. She's starting to read
Like
words.
the last episode,
ABC Mouse is so different from every other thing.
they did something that I wanted them to do last episode, but they did it in the wrong way, which is, oh yes,
Inconvenient.
well, anyway.
Babylon 5.
Oh, okay.
The president.
Additional
But
interest
the thing is, I keep saying, the Rangers should be able to convey lessons to, random guests of the day, and that's a good thing. But you shouldn't teach the new person a lesson by making the Rangers all dumber.
That's true. But we didn't teach the new person a lesson this time. We taught her.
Yeah, I'm referring to that being the problem
okay, yeah.
from last week.
Well,
And that's what
once
makes
again,
this one a little bit better than last week, and that is
But once again,
it's handling things a little
Nick
better.
has to and maliciously give us the A-shot.
Well, actually, it was all Mick. Turns out I have a lot more to learn.
You do have a lot more to
Get there,
do.
buddy. Right now, we need to find Voltbeat.
Voltbeat!
The entire city of Summer Cove was lost.
I wonder if Brody ever learned anything from Mick.
Probably Brody learned a lot of stuff from Mick.
That's gotta be
When he was on the ship with
Let's be
him.
at the Summer Cove power plant.
Well, come on.
I mean, Mick is practically his dad.
Yeah. Well, I mean in terms of, like, fixing stuff, though. That's something that's never come up. He's got plugs on his feet, too. Huh.
It's time to unplug you. For good.
Oh,
Now's the time.
I want to get him oil for that. I'm sorry, that monster design. Wait.
I'm gonna bet about 30% of the audience has no idea what a moil is.
And that's fine. That is fine. Whoa,
Google
he
it.
is zapping stars.
MOIL.
You don't have to. I'm referencing a weird thing
No,
about
you don't have to. It's just, we're not gonna say. We're not gonna say.
Take on the basher box.
If you want to know, you can look that up.
If you want it, yeah. If you know what I mean is, then you get it. If you don't know what
Careful! Don't let him do another electrical attack!
yeah. Another electrical attack would be bad. Hey, Zafira. I'm gonna say Zafira.
Combine our attacks!
Ooh, that was a cool attack that made no sense, but it was
Ginger
cool.
has a point.
Yeah,
The school has a shop class.
that is true.
So if he stays in school, he will actually learn more about how to fix cars.
That is cool.
Sure. You
Okay.
think it'll work? If it doesn't, I want to take him down myself. Flying fire armor star!
Go for it.
Just spin!
Why not? That's fun. It makes more sense than when Levi used it.
Whoa! Epic! You got this, Calvin! I sure do!
Whoosh. Nice.
Whoosh, he says.
He went whoosh. You saw him whoosh. He went whoosh.
I know, but usually when people say whoosh, they mean their joke is going over somebody's head.
Yeah, or that something just whoosh. Whoa, he just tossed him up in the air. Wow.
Even with your
it's always really cool whenever someone who's not Brody uses this thing.
Prism power?
That's all.
You can
It's
use
all.
it without prism power.
Oh, they still have that, and this one has that same modifier that they used against Brax for some reason. It feels unnecessary, but I'll roll with it. Nice drill attack. I gotta say, these between this and Levi's, I do like it when when non-Brody Rangers get the line fire armor. Wait.
They just leaving their star behind.
Oh, they did. Oh,
Careless!
Tyneman.
I'm sorry, isn't he a Vulcanian?
No. General Tyneman just kind of showed. We haven't seen him in like 3 episodes, and all of a sudden he's just like, now I have a ninja star. Sure, why not?
That angle didn't help the one bit.
No, it didn't. Hey, Blade Sword. There we go. Yeah, Brody, Levi, and now Calvin. We have no reason not to assume the others can use it as well. It seems like anyone can use the line fire.
It would appear so. But why then did they need to do
the prism for
Levi?
That's it. That was silly because apparently they just hadn't figured it out. What's going on there? Cable. Hey, Spectrum. Keep going. Keep going. Why are you stopping? It's like, what is it doing? Come on. What's happening? Our cable's glitching.
And this is on playback of the DVR.
Yeah. I hate Spectrum so much. Okay. Come on.
I don't know! Because the girls always get the short end of the stick?
Yeah, Sarah and Haley have... Well, to be fair, this is only the second time that we've seen it not used by Brody. We might still see Sarah or Haley use it.
That's true.
Or Preston. Yeah, we've been doing our live chats every Saturday at 7 p.m. We've been trying to keep that up.
This is, what, the 4th one? Or the 5th?
We
haven't been doing it forever and ever, but we have made a change recently, 4 or 5 weeks ago.
I think this is the 3rd time that we've done it at 7, but we did it 2 or 3 times before that.
Yeah, exactly, Dan. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, this is I believe our 6th. No, actually, this is our 7th live stream. Yeah. There we go. Alright, yep. Nice. Okay, now we're rolling again. They brought in the okay, and now it goes away. I thought maybe they were gonna, combine the Blaze Megazord with the Lion Fire Fortress Sword, because that would have been great, but, okay. There we go. A shocking defeat.
Show's over, ninjas win.
There we go. Okay, so now Victor has run out of charge.
Hospitals, transportation, innocent children. They're all counting on you, Victor, to restore vital electricity. My first mission.
Okay. Let's see what happens. Oh, come on. Oh, stop. Stop glitching. Cable.
Everything he had left is going to get blown right now.
I don't know what's happening to him now. I hate Spectrum cables so much. It's just so bad. Okay, he's going crazy electro. He's putting electricity into it, I believe.
Yeah, but I'm going to say that's going to take everything he has.
I see half of one face, half of another face. Spectrum, you are so bad at cable. Oh, that sound. Oh, why? Oh, wow, that is awful. You are awful. Yay! People are happy, I think. People seem to be cheering.
Well,
So,
the power was out, remember?
apparently he restored the power. Good. How did his hair get so long? Like, it was all fried to being out, and now it... Okay. But I don't know what's happening now. Spectrum Cable, I hate you so much. Why can't you just do your job? It's just cable. Okay, so he's realized that he's back normal, I think. Oh my. Just...
Buster. Secret.
Can you punch a cable company in the face? Can you though? Come on. Okay, so now he's been abandoned by the government, I think. And the sad thing is, like, cable is the most reliable way to actually get the episode. And this is it. This is all we got. And now he's driving away and leaving them behind. Okay, so, there we go. We're getting the wrap
I'm gonna
up.
go with, I think he restored the power, but lost all of his energy in the process.
Yeah,
so now
that
we're not
seems to be the
interested
same.
in him anymore. Now they're playing the guitar, and Joe from Joe's Towing is here.
Come on.
Work.
Come on.
There's a uniform.
Oh, hey Joe, well...
You forgot.
Yeah,
You forgot
of
to tell me
course.
to quit.
But there is something I need to say.
Okay.
You gave me the job I've always dreamed of.
Okay, there we go.
Thing is, even though I know a lot about cars, I want to know about other things too. Like airplanes and trains and spaceships even. So, I'm gonna go back to school.
Okay, you should. That's a good idea.
It's tough for me, but no pain, no gain,
Yeah, there you go.
right? Very smart decision.
Okay.
You're a bright young man.
He could still have a part-time job.
I think I was the lucky one.
See you around.
Alright.
See you, John.
Joe, you're a cool guy. You're a cool guy, Joe.
I'm so proud of you, Calvin.
We all are.
Thanks, guys.
Sounds like Calvin doesn't want to be a mechanic anymore.
Now he wants to
Calvin
work.
wants to be an engineer.
Yeah.
Creepy crawly was a waste of time.
Okay.
Perhaps not, madam. Bolshevik knocked something from the Rangers' hands during their battle, and now it's ours. That's the
Oh,
Rangers'
apparently, according to the
engineering
chat, my
star.
summary is right.
Indeed,
Yeah.
it is.
He used up all his power in the
Good
ditch.
work,
Yeah,
Dynamo.
that's what it seems like.
This,
Okay.
this.
Well, Matamodius is doing the hula without a hula hoop, but other than that, I don't know what's going on.
Okay, now I think, yeah, so we missed the last line of the show, but we can see that...
Because that's who works on things
Okay,
like
okay, now
planes and
it's just
trains.
commercial, so I will just stop it.
And spaceships.
Yeah,
If
but no, actually, yeah, an engineer is somebody who works on design mechanics.
There's engineers that work on the design of it, and then there's the engineers that, like, if you're
Yeah,
if you are fixing the engine of an airplane, you are still called an aircraft engineer.
yeah,
You are not
exactly.
called an aircraft mechanic.
Yeah, so it does seem like he's realizing that there's
He's setting
more
his sights on
more that
some
he could be doing.
Higher
He's expanding his horizons.
higher level machinery
Yeah.
than just the basic car. He wants to get his hands into, apparently trains and planes and spaceships.
You know,
And for that, you need more education.
this
NASA
This
does
one-
not let you just stick your hands in there with a mechanical, you with a mechanics certificate. You got to get a mechanical engineering certificate.
I have to say this
aerospace engineering.
This episode is probably the best one that we've had since Love Stings. Love Stings, I think, was better, but I think this is probably the best one since then. Because there was nothing glaringly wrong with the episode.
We actually went to an engineering college. Neither of us are engineers.
Yeah.
And we live in an area where one of the biggest employers is an engineering firm. So yeah, lots of engineering going on around here.
One of my old college roommates is essentially a rocket scientist. We have a number of friends who are essentially rocket scientists.
Guy is an engineer.
That is true.
He's a nuclear engineer? Or mechanical? Because I know they employ both over at that plant.
I think he's mechanical.
Okay.
Yeah, Dave, who plays Guy, he is a mechanical engineer.
The dad's a mechanical engineer?
Yep. They work at the same place, actually.
Yeah, they do. That was kind of like, but
yeah.
it's like half of the town has someone who works there.
And you know what?
Which kind of engineering?
People can work on.
Were you an aeromechy? Were you a mechy? Were you aerospace? You know.
People can work on spaceships as a job. That's actually something that we do make here on Earth. So it wasn't actually that weird for him to say, fixing spaceships.
Working on spaceships, that would be going to work for NASA.
Yeah, which would be super cool. Like, he kind of opened up his horizons on, working on cars is great,
pretty much what your
you can work on a bunch of
scientist
things.
roommate wanted to do.
Yeah.
What does he do now, though? He works for an airplane company, right?
I think he does. I think he does aerospace engineering now.
Yeah, but not for NASA.
I'm not sure of the exact
company.
details of his job because we haven't been in touch.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what his title is right now.
He was a fun dude.
Yeah.
Was anybody else in your house an engineer?
Oddly enough, no, it was computer science.
What about the lumberjack?
Or
did he go for business?
I think IT is the
Him
one
too?
that you're thinking of.
Okay. We went to a tech school.
Yeah. Mechanical and computer engineering. Good on you,
Nice.
Baby's Rage. We've got a number of old friends who've done mechanical engineering, computer engineering, electrical engineering.
We have a nuclear engineer friend who did not get into the program they wanted to, so they joined the Navy.
Yep.
Because
and actually
that's a great place, because they wanted to work for the major employer that's here that Dave works for.
Actually, come to think of it, out of the guys in the core cast of, between...
You might be the only one who's not an engineer.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, because Guy, who's played by Dave is an engineer, and Justin, who plays Mishmore Potsner, is an electrical engineer.
Mechanical engineer and electrical engineer.
Yeah.
Like I said, everybody's an engineer around here. We live in a very engineering area.
Yeah. So it's not that surprising that our friends are engineers.
Yeah. Nor is it too surprising to me that a person who has a interest in car mechanics would perhaps set their sights on an engineering career, because it's a lot of the same stuff, but with a bit more education and a lot more math. Because you can get your hands into an engine on a car, but when you're trying to make fixes to something that's taller than you are by several stories, you really have to have an idea of where you're going before you pop the hood.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like...
Whereas the mechanic can just have a look at the whole lay of the land right there.
The issues with this episode are actually, for the most part, fairly minor. Like, it felt a little contrived that Calvin just was able to just quit school that easily, and we had no discussion of what that conversation with his parents may have been like, and that, this guy just so easily offered him a job.
That was a little bit sketch, wasn't it?
Which was a little bit weird. And that the guy had no problem with him leaving school to work with him. That was a little weird.
That's why I was like, I thought it was going to be an after-school job. You don't just offer a high school student a job and take them out of high school. That's not particularly ethical.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
It's entirely different than sniping someone out of college. We went to school with some people who got picked up by companies before they graduated and quit college and are actually doing quite well.
Actually, the people who we know, I don't think so much quit college as they just couldn't. Well,
some of them couldn't afford the tuition.
They couldn't afford to continue, and then they managed to get good jobs regardless.
But what about your basement dweller?
Yeah, no, he had already...
Not the couch dweller.
Not the couch?
The sound guy.
No, he graduated, I believe.
He graduated?
I thought so. He was running his own.
He was running his own business before he graduated. That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, so the setup was a little weird, but I understand that it was, just sort of, it was streamlined for the purposes of the episode. Like, the setup was a little strange, a little contrived. I get it that you can only tackle so much and still get to the meat of your episode. You have a half an hour. They streamlined that. So I'm a little weirded by it, but I'm mostly okay with that.
Well, yeah, Ginger, a lot of people do drop out of high school, but as you said, it's a terrible idea, and therefore not something the Power Rangers should be encouraging.
Like, and they weren't encouraging. They made it clear that you should not do that, even if it seems like a great idea. And I think that is actually one of the things they made sure to convey there, that it seemed to Calvin like a really great idea, and you could see, his enthusiasm on why it seemed like such a great idea.
It does, and even if he wanted to be just a car mechanic and not like an engineer, if he just wanted to focus on automobiles and that was his thing, he would still want to finish high school.
Yeah, he would still want to get a proper certification so that he could one day open up a shop of his own, I would imagine.
I mean, and most certifications will require you to have a high school diploma or a GED.
Yeah. So, like, it's definitely, I can see the appeal for it, and I'm glad they demonstrated why it may seem appealing.
What's a quaternion?
What are we looking at?
Dyrano's fanfic, his OC is
I'm
assuming
that's his
actual planet in Power Rangers?
that's his made up for his fanfic.
Oh, that planet is also made up for the
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I wasn't sure.
No,
it could have been like saying he's from KO11 or whatever.
KO35?
Well, if there was a KL35, why wouldn't there be a KL11?
It just hasn't been mentioned. We don't know if there are 34 other KO colonies. That's never been brought up. The planet Cattern, apparently, for
it's like Saturn, fiction. Only with a K.
Yes. We'll
are
be
they
getting...
felids? Do they have whiskers?
What was it saying? Yeah, so I was fine with that setup because it was obvious that the lesson was going to be stay in school.
I like cats.
And staying in school is a good lesson, and it's easier to convey a lesson like that, where it's like, this is the good behavior, this is the bad behavior.
Aw, not cat people.
And I think it's nice that they showed that the bad behavior can be very tempting for what seems like very good reasons.
Yeah, there are a lot of, especially, if you're going into...
They didn't make Joe out to be a bad guy or anything.
No, Joe was a great guy.
Joe was a really great guy, and he understood, Calvin had his own set of priorities. He could choose how he liked.
Honestly, the only thing that I would have liked to have seen Joe do that he didn't do was offer him some after-school hours when he decided to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you just want to work on Saturday, on Saturdays or something, you could come in and do 8 hours on a Saturday and go to school the rest of the time.
Yeah.
That way you can, because I'm sure if you want to become a mechanic, for the certifications, not only are you going to need a GED or a high school diploma, you're probably also going to need X number of hours mechanicking. So he could start building up his hours.
I recognize that, again, it's not something that they'd be willing to follow up on in this show, so I'm okay with them not addressing that. Like, there are certain things where I'm just like, okay, I recognize the limitations of the show. Joe's not going to come back as a character. They're trying to keep things self-contained, so they're not going to reference this again. So
That would be a
setting
lot
up
of planets blown up. That'd be 34 blown up planets.
Entirely possible. If there were KO's 31.
You're sitting
1
here going,
through
what happened to
34.
Babylon's 1 through 4?
Yeah, I
What
was just
happened?
thinking that too. The one other thing.
Exploded, disappeared.
The one other thing I do kind of wish they had addressed, even if it was just a little bit, maybe I missed it in the cold open, I don't think so, would have been just why they didn't detect the monster through their traditional means. Like, did we miss anything
Electrics
there?
had to, they didn't show anything, and so my brain has decided that his electrical interference was causing electrical interference.
Yeah. That would be my theory as well. It just would have been nice if it had been
Dark
addressed.
Spectre, Grum, and others. Yeah, no, they could totally blow up a gazillion planets.
They do pretty regularly. Yeah, so those are like the two main things that I would kind of critique is just
Especially if they had help from, like,
the oddity of the setup and the lack of intel they
his
had on the
name?
monster. Who are you talking? What, Omni?
That's not who I'm thinking of.
I don't know.
Don Armage.
Don Armage from Q Ranger, yeah. But also, they actually did a good job of making the monster a more viable threat. Like, if they had a reason for not being able to detect the monster, it would have, I think, made it an even better threat. Because it would have been, oh no, we can't track this monster. Because of this. Instead, it just made the Rangers look a little incompetent for not being able to find this monster when they've been able to find all the others. But still, it's like,
You know,
he's operating under the radar. He's crazy powerful, and he's, negatively affecting people outside of the Rangers, first through the cars and then through power off to the whole city. That was actually a pretty nicely threatening monster, which we don't get very often. Plus, we actually got a little bit of a setup for some continuing storyline with Tyneman finding the Ninja Fusion Star. It's good to have, some level of continuing storyline. It's weird that it was Tyneman and that, we haven't seen him for, in these last 2 episodes. It seems strange to just kind of drop him in the last, 10 minutes.
Yeah, I don't. Where's he been?
I don't know.
In the bathroom this whole time?
He was introduced in episode 13 with Prepare to Fail. Him and Brax were completely absent during Sheriff Skyfire. They were completely absent last week with tech support. Or at least I'm pretty sure, unless they were standing in the background and I missed them. But I don't think so. I mean, we barely even got any of Odious or Badana last week. No, wait, no, we got Badana. Never mind. Because Badana did the whole...
Yeah, we totally got her.
She actually fought last week.
Yeah.
Never mind, I double back on that.
She did her fighting fans.
I was thinking just because we didn't see the setup for Typeface, that maybe we didn't see Madame Odious, but I'm like, no, they turned up later, where Badana ended up going down with Typeface, which was cool. But yeah, Tyneman and Brax have just kind of been very much absent since their introduction, but now at least Tyneman's done something useful. I don't know how or why he happened to be there at that time. I think that would have worked better if there was some level of, setup for it. It felt a little random. But I wish that we could have seen the ending of the episode a little bit more cleanly. It's a shame.
Mr. Allman is punny.
Typeface has that type of face that is outlandish. He has that type of face. Yeah, I get it.
He's punny. That's funny with a P for pun.
Yeah.
So it's a pun too.
It is.
Oh God.
So yeah, this was actually a pretty decent episode of Super Ninja Steel. In that it, again, didn't have anything that was really glaring. The moral was conveyed fairly well, and they actually had some stakes to the monster. So good on you guys. This is one of your better outings. Especially after the last 4 episodes have been really rough. Fan Frenzy had a very bad moral about
was terrible.
About being friends with your fans.
That was absolutely horrible.
Prepare to Fail required Sarah to be
a total idiot.
Pretty much. And then we had Sheriff Skyfire, which was just confused in how it handled its guest characters. And then last week with Tech Support, where they made the Rangers idiots for the
Tech Support Ninja!
For the sake of the Tech Support Ninja being relevant. Like, it was... We talked about it during last week, too, with Sarah saying that she doesn't know squat about computer viruses. And it's like, well, maybe she knows about this, but not about that.
But then
afterwards,
we remembered.
No, wait, she made a computer virus to defeat a monster.
Yeah.
And that was the same episode where she programmed a bunch of AI copies of herself. Like, really? Really? So for once we didn't have to, like, make the Rangers completely just either learn something that's stupid or be stupid to learn something. Like, they actually acknowledge Calvin's not great at school here. He's not on par with the others. He just wants to be a mechanic, and you know what? I'm going to keep rolling with my private school thing, because honestly, if he's struggling more than the others, you know, maybe he was able to say, hey Mom, hey Dad, maybe we don't pay for this expensive weird school, and instead I just go straight to being a mechanic.
Now, how is he getting in there when that's going on? I'm thinking it has to be with the fact that he has sort of that mechanical knack. And he's having difficulty with it from the academic side, even though you could throw him at a piece of technology or mechanics and he'd be able to fix it.
I'm also betting his family is rich.
That too.
Like, we already know that.
He has a car.
We already know that.
He had a car he couldn't drive.
Exactly. We already know that Preston's family is rich. His dad owns some crazy company. Calvin is almost certainly rich because he just has this giant Humvee that he didn't even have a license to drive. And it looks sparkling new. Except for some reason it's always breaking down. Somehow, Haley, when running for student council president, could afford a hot air balloon. And the only one of them who, well, Brody's from space, they got him in there illegitimately, we're sure. And then you have Levi is a country music star. And Sarah is a genius who comes up with crazy technology. She's clearly a scholarship kid. Like...
Oh, wait a minute. What about Haley?
I said she could buy a hot air balloon for running for student council president. Because let's face it, a typical kid cannot just buy a hot air... rent out a hot air balloon as part of running for student council president. That's not a thing. So I'm convinced that most of these kids are rich. And so they know that they're going to be fine regardless. So their parents might be like, well, if this is what you want to do with your life, son, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, but then if we go back to the whole they have rich families thing, it's also entirely possible that he was therefore under additional familial pressure to not become a mechanic.
Possible.
Because the people with the big money would be all like, you should not do a blue-collar job.
They could just be crazy supportive. It's entirely possible. Like, the fact that he was able to quit school so easily does suggest that he has crazy supportive parents.
Or that he's 18.
Also possible, but...
We were just discussing that, ZJ.
Yeah.
Because his family is rich.
I'm pretty sure that it's a mix of... That it's a fancy experimental private school. I'm betting that the kids are either rich or super geniuses. Is how these students work. Which is how someone who can, how crazy, super smart geniuses can still flunk a math test. For all
Why
they
the
could
principal
be,
doesn't blink at invisible students?
they could be doing nonlinear calculus for all I know. I don't know. I just made up. They could be doing linear algebra or advanced calculus, partial differential equations. There we go. That's an advanced term that actually exists. For all I know, they could be doing partial differential equations. That's a perfectly reasonable subject for Sarah to fail in high school.
Diffie Q.
Not even Diffie Q. Partial Diffie Q, which is next level.
Nobody likes Diffie Q.
Actually, Diffie Q is a solid course for me. I didn't mind differential equations. The teacher was actually
They call
really
it
good.
Diffie Screw for a reason.
I know. But
It ruins people's GPA.
But I actually had a really good math teacher for that. Actually, my math courses in general at our college were just good math courses. We had good math teachers. My physics teachers were not as good, but my math teachers were good. I kind of wish I'd taken more math courses while there. Like, I wish I had stuck with complex variables.
I transferred into the humanities at a tech school.
And I wish I had taken partial differential equations. That might have made my grad school experience a little nicer.
Because organic chem was gonna kick my butt.
So yeah, I actually kind of liked
I had to do chem
number of
2
aspects of
pass
this,
fail. Because I knew I was gonna get like a D.
Yeah. All right. So any questions from our chat? I know we've already been going for an hour. I want to at least give you guys a chance to speak
open
up.
the floor to questions. Open the floor to questions.
'Cause I had actually a number of good things to say about it.
The Florida questions. Questions from Florida.
For half a moment, I'm at this moment just expecting you to lay on the floor and say, "Hey, Floor, you have any questions? Questions? Floor? Floor? Oh, you're so soft."
Oh, don't tell me.
I know.
How they seem to be silently setting... You can read that.
Yeah, they do seem to be setting up the final arc by bringing in the Ninja Fusion Star. That does seem possible.
Oh, you're a little late, Dyron. We covered that at the beginning.
I can mention it again. First, I'll answer the first one with, I'd like that they're at least doing something to set it up. Like, this was episode 16, so we got, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So, final 4 episodes, not including the 2 specials. So, yeah, it's good they're at least doing something to get that ball rolling. Hopefully, this is something that'll be followed up on in the next episode, and they won't just hold off on it until later, because we're running out of time. The final 4 of a season should be impactful.
Right, like we're running out of time.
I think that it was kind of set up out of nowhere. It would have been nice.
A bit contrived.
It was definitely contrived, because Tiedemann was not seen at any other point in the episode or for the last 2 episodes. So him being the one to find the star and the Rangers just forgetting about the star was weak. I like that they are at least making an effort to set up something.
I don't think I've ever seen a
but
Power Ranger just forget a Power Ranger-y thing. Be like...
A Power Ranger never lets go of his weapon.
Just like, I just left my Dino Gem on the bus. That's just a thing that happens.
Regarding DRPR 86, though, as I said, we've been doing some filming, I've been doing some editing. Progress is coming along pretty well. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, maybe next week, that I might be able to release a trailer, and then maybe a week after that. Hopefully, we'll see. But I'm very much trying to get 86 out this month. I'd really like to get 86 out this month. Also, one thing I do want to throw out to the chat, I said this at the end of the Lupin Ranger, Pad Ranger live reactions. I meant to say this at the beginning. Next week is the 6th anniversary of the premiere Power Reviews. Do you guys have anything that you would like to see as like a bonus video? Like, I may just do the trailer for 86. I know we'll be doing live reactions, but I know last year I did the X8 Rider log. I've been considering doing that supplemental, sort of, not exactly Jake Says Hi, but something called, like, conversations in context, where I can discuss topics in the real world, preferably through a framework of Power Rangers. So maybe something along those lines. If there's any other things that you guys would like to see for an anniversary video next week, please let me know as soon as possible, because I would need to put it together this week. Fortunately, writer logs can come together pretty quickly. Same thing with conversations in context. Oh yeah, you haven't seen the Ranger this careless since Operation Overdrive. That's
me.
fair. Yeah.
No, I was. CJ says it's consistent to them not being so bright.
Yeah, that's true. They are very absent-minded Rangers.
A retro power run-through from Megaforce through Super Ninja Steel.
Oh, that's a good point. I got way behind on those. I might consider doing some retro power run-throughs. That's a good thing to add to the list.
Oh. They're being portrayed dumbed down like the Power Rangers, but worse.
Like, I don't think I'm going to release, like, 4 retro power run-throughs in like a day. But I might think about releasing something like that. Like, conversations in context is something I've been wanting to do for a while. I'm trying to decide if now's a good time for it.
Is that what you're going to call it?
That's what I've been leaning towards.
Decontextualization.
Just kind of talking about using Power Rangers to an extent as a framework to discuss issues that we're actually facing in the world at large. And there are plenty of issues we're facing in the world at large that I'd like to talk to, and I think talking about them through the lens of Power Rangers can make them still work for this channel. I've got something in mind for how, like, monsters relate to how myopic sympathy can be in cases of dealing with other people, and stuff like that. On just a random, unrelated note to everything else, speaking of, like, events in the world, if you're a United States citizen and you haven't registered to vote yet, please register to vote, because we do have midterm elections coming up in a month, so you should definitely register to vote.
You don't get to complain about the outcome.
If you're not sure, or even if you think that you are registered, make sure to double check. You can just search online, am I registered to vote? There are plenty of websites that can double check.
Even if you think you know that you're doing it, there are some states where there were some, like, people fell off the voter rolls and they found out in previous elections when they went to vote that they had, because they knew they had registered before, but they had fallen off. So check in advance in case you fell off, so you can get yourself back on.
ZJZR wants to see a build review, so that's a vote for a writer log. Maybe I'll do.
He's been watching Build.
I may have started doing a Build binge to prep myself in case I decide to do a writer log, because I can't just do that I can't watch a 49 episode series in a day. But I have been checking out Build. I've been enjoying Build very much over the course of the last few days.
You can't watch
49 episodes in a day. Yeah, that's a lot.
Don't you have a time turner?
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, technically, if I could get things to load quickly enough, and that's all I do for 24 hours straight, then yeah, because they're less than half an hour each. But you get the idea. But yeah, I do know what you mean by Build having similar plot points to TRPR. That's a good point.
I don't know why I'm doing that, because I'm not actually watching it.
There's a lot of amnesia stuff. Everybody gets amnesia all the time.
Tell me the story.
So much amnesia.
In chunks after he finishes watching sets of episodes.
Alright. So, unless anybody in the chat has any additional questions, or any votes or requests regarding what we do for our next, for our 6-year anniversary video,
I'm going back to sleep.
Then I think that this might be a wrap for us.
Amnesia.
What is amnesia?
Oh, it's a joke!
It is. It's a joke.
That's why I need to sleep.
Okay. So
I was about to explain what amnesia was.
Alright, so I think that might be a wrap for us. What's my favorite? Ranger Super Mode. Ranger Super Mode. As opposed to a Battleizer? Because I'm assuming we're going with the separation.
I hope to see you next week too, Mr. Owl. We'll be here.
Super Dino Mode was really cool. I like Super Dino Mode. Swamp Mode was also good.
Did you say swamp mode?
SWAT Mode.
Swamp mode.
SWAT Mode. There have been a number of cool super modes. Super Dino Mode.
Lights of Orion.
I liked Super Dino Mode just because it was so driven by just because it was a character driven thing for each ranger to an extent, and I like that element.
They got yelled at by an ape.
Oh, for SWAT Mode, yeah. SWAT Mode was cool because of the tactical elements. The Lights of Orion, I liked that arc and how it was very team based. I will admit, Trent's Super Dino Mode with all those black spikes was pretty awesome, though.
But did he get yelled at by an ape?
Not to my recollection. All right, so I think that's a wrap on this. Oh yeah, I forgot about Ultra Mode and Megaforce. I forget about a lot of things with Megaforce.
We try not to remember Megaforce.
It's not so much that I try. Well, not so much that I try not to remember. It's just that there just was very little happening that season. All right. So I think that's enough for questions, and please comment below what you want to see for the anniversary video next week. I'll try and put this out to Facebook and Twitter as well.
Down there.
Comments.
Down
there. Until next time. Farewell, Ranger fans, and let the power protect you. And she's down for the count.